Everyone. Hey, everyone. This is Will and Dawn. We're two-thirds of the Hitchhiking Bones. Welcome to our Hitchhikers chat for tonight. Hey, everyone. This is Will and Dawn.
Okay.
We're two-thirds of the Hitchhiking Bones. Welcome to our Hitchhikers chat for tonight.
Turn that off. I had it muted and I didn't. I thought I could mute that. I guess you can. Okay. I'm trying to.
Alrighty.
I'm trying to watch. I thought, okay, I can monitor YouTube, while we're in the broadcast, and I'll have to figure that out later. But
make sure the stream is up and working.
Yeah, I have my phone. Yeah, I have my phone. I have my phone muted, but anyway, whatever. How is everybody? We're
doing well.
Yeah, we are too. We're surviving. We're surviving. I am breaking out recipes that I haven't used in years.
Just gotta keep it fresh.
Gotta keep it fresh. I have a serious checklist of things to do that I'm just gonna, and I'm working it. I'm editing. Gotta put up a new video, by the way, today for you guys to go check out on YouTube. It's the Tigger Key, the Disney Tigger Key. Got that one a little bit different this time than going to the Disney store. So check that out. And there's a Toy Story. There's also a video up on Toy Story Land. So you might want to check those out.
Very good.
Okay.
Lots of good tips and information in that video for those that have never been.
Yeah.
Looking forward to experiencing it myself as well. So I have to tap into those tips whenever I get to go.
Well, this was my first time to actually see Toy Story Land. We had been to Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, like the week it opened, which was amazing, and it kind of happened by accident, and it was just one of the best things we ever did. Well, then later on in September, my husband had some business in Florida, and I got to go to Galaxy's Edge there and see Toy Story Land for the first time, and it was also my first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So.
Those Halloween parties really are a blast.
Oh,
for those that have never been. It's 100% worth it to go because, I mean, that Disney kind of lets loose of their dress policy, and you got people in costume, and it's amazing. It's top notch. It is such a blast.
In fact, I think that may be the most fun I've ever had at Disney. I mean, and that's a big statement for me. Yeah. That's a big statement for me. But I think it's maybe the best time I have actually ever had at Disney. They go all out. And when you walk in and, little tip here, the party doesn't technically start until 7:00, but if you have a ticket, they start letting people in at like 3 or 4. So don't wait till 7 to go in there. Go on in and that's like 3 or 4 extra hours in the park. If you have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party ticket, they give you a special armband. And then about 7:00, they start kind of clearing the park of guests who are not ticketed for the party. It is a hard ticketed event. And so it's awesome when you walk into the park, and I think that, golly, except for the Christmas tree, they decorate as much for Halloween as they do for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You think? I think they do.
They really do, and even since the last time I've been, from the Resort TV 1 streams that I've watched and some of your pictures as well, I've noticed that they've even added some like inflatables throughout the walkways and stuff, and so it's even gotten bigger since whenever we went back in I think 2016 or so. So
yeah. So, and that's not really been that far back, but
no,
they've added to the parade. The parade is phenomenal. They have ghosts, characters out on the lawn at the Haunted Mansion. They got the, the fog
live
machine going on, and man,
performers.
they have live pirates and Pirates of the Caribbean.
So cool.
It really is. I had a blast, and part of the fun is, like you said, they relax the costume. Normally you can only like Disney bound, and I'll let William explain Disney bounding in a second. But they relax those costume requirements, and I saw some of the most awesome costumes ever. I mean, I saw one woman, and there were I think it was like a family, and the lady was dressed as Snow White, the husband was Prince Charming, and they had all the dwarves with them. It was crazy. I mean, it was so cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you saw really the Bro Thor or Slob Thor costume. Yeah, that was another one that you had shouted out.
I wish I knew who that guy was. If I didn't feel like I would totally freak him out, maybe like a stalker, I would have asked him for a picture. This guy was dressed as Slob Thor, the overweight Thor in Endgame, and he had the actual long shoulder length blonde hair and beard and the bathrobe and the fuzzy slippers and the hammer. It was, I told him, I saw him in the Emporium, I think it was. And I was scoping out that Halloween, that spirit jersey. And I saw him in there. And I walked up to him and I said, "Sir," I said, "I've seen a lot of costumes tonight, and you win the costume prize for tonight."
That's awesome.
He started laughing. So he was really nice. Yeah. If I had, like I said, not totally felt like I would freak him out, I would have asked him to take a picture because he looked awesome.
That's funny.
It was so clever. It was such a clever costume.
Yeah, it's really neat. We've experienced it. With the Halloween party. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and then also, we did. I'm sure at some point on the channel we'll talk about it. But I'll go ahead and shout it out. The last tour to indoor celebration that we went to, which coincided coincidentally with the annual Star Wars celebration. Was actually in Orlando that year.
The convention, Star Wars convention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we saw people start entering the park for that, and you saw a guy that was dressed as, young Anakin, and we're tempted to take a picture with him. Actually, did you take a picture with him?
We did. We did take a picture with him. We thought, I thought
because his costume was so good.
Well, and he looked exactly like Anakin. He had his hair, in the what does Anakin do? Like a braid at the back. He looked exactly like him.
Braid. Mm-hmm.
I have the pictures from that, and it was only after we asked him to take a picture with him, and he was so sweet. We thought he was a cast member. And then after we walked away,
well, I mean, we weren't used to people being there in costume. That's highly irregular.
Exactly.
Outside of children, of course.
Exactly. Right. Which is normally their rule. You can't dress as a character, in full costume. Only children can do that, which is understandable because they don't, they don't want the kids confused by adults walking around, dressed as Cinderella or whatever. But so that they had relaxed the costume requirements on that night too. It was last tour to indoor, and we only realized that Anakin was not a cast member at Disney when we walked away, and you or I said, "Wait a minute, he didn't have a cast member with him." Normally characters have a Disney cast member with them to walk them in and out and kind of help them, assist the photo pass photographer or whatever.
Kind of a handler.
A handler. And it hit us that guy was from Comic-Con. He wasn't a Disney employee at all. He was from Comic-Con. It was so cool. And then we saw Princess Leia, we saw stormtroopers. And these people at Comic-Con, are nuts. They're just as crazy as us Disney people. And they had full blown, I mean, costumes. Wow. There was the girl with the earmuff, it was just, yeah, it was really an amazing night. Saw George Lucas. He was there.
Love your mug, by the way.
Oh, yeah. This is, I like some, yeah, I love
it's a great mug.
It is a great mug. And this is like a crossover. There's the Pixar crossover. That is actually the Toy Story characters as the Pirates of the Caribbean scene with the dog. And look at Slinky as the dog. Is that great? But then look on the other side. This is a triple crossover because look at the other side. It's Toy Story characters as the hitchhiking ghosts. Is that just the coolest thing?
It's the best.
Toy will
it's my
follow
favorite.
you.
I should have gotten one for myself.
I got one for you.
Definitely should have gotten one. Oh, okay.
I've got one for you. I've got one, and I just blew one of your presents, didn't I? But yeah, I've got one for you. It was just too good to pass up. So there were too many good crossovers there. All the Toy Story characters as Pirates of the Caribbean and as the Hitchhiking Ghost. Too cute. Just as a plug, today is National Wear Your Ears Day.
Back to what you were saying.
Yeah. And so, today's National Wear Your Ears Day. These ears actually have have Sleeping Beauty Castle on them. You can also buy these with Cinderella Castle if you want them. But I love these ears. They're nice. They're really nice. They're a little bit heavier than regular ears, I guess, because they're icons, the castle icon. And so, but yeah, National Wear Your Ears Day. It was all over Instagram. So, not too late. Oh, hey, John. We were talking and did not even see you there. Welcome.
Seeing you. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Agreed.
We're just talking.
Endorse this statement.
Yeah. Oh man, especially with Captain America across your chest. I mean, how can you miss that, right? That's good to see you. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. If you follow our Instagram page, you know that I'm doing a countdown. Today is day 16 of the Disney parks closures. Moment of silence. Yep, it's day 16. And it looks like it's going to be a while. We were hoping for Easter. Disney recently, made an announcement and extended that. They will be closed until further notice. So, yeah. So I don't know. People on Instagram are wondering if they, what do I do? Do I cancel my plans? Some people did cancel their plans. I'm thinking June is the earliest they'll get it open.
John, well, it's one of the pitfalls of having a large head, which my older brother certainly has always mocked me for. But I've always said my head is, Mom has also said this, my head is large to house all those brains.
That's it. That's the explanation.
So
it is.
So I'm not wearing an ear hat because, quite frankly, I can't find ear hats big enough to fit my head without them looking like a yarmulke. So that explains my lack of ear hats. So I'm sorry, John. If you could find a double X ear hat, feel free to send them my way.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll have to. I do have some other good hats, so I'll step my hat game up for future streams.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny that you should say that the ear hats look like yarmulkes. I was watching the stream with Practically Perfect Park Hopping. Josh said exactly the same thing. He said, I can't wear ear hats. They look like a yarmulke.
Glad to know I'm not alone.
You are definitely not alone. As they don't. Speaking of ear hats, I've got some to show a little bit later. So,
little teaser.
Yeah, to show, little teaser. But yeah, so Josh has exactly the same problem apparently. But today is National Wear Your Ears Day, so you probably should have opened the stream with your ears on, and then you can swap over. But you got your headphones on, so we'll let you slide.
Yeah. I mean, I could go grab a pair real quick if I need to, for the sake of the stream.
That's okay. That's okay. But you know what? The ones that the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway ear hat. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Have you? Oh, it is really cute. It has like a railroad track around the whole. Oh, it is so cute. It is really cute. It's expensive. I think it's like a designer hat. I think they had $75. Am I right on that? I can't. I don't know if I'm right on that. But they've offered these really neat ears in varying prices. They did the earmuffs ears for Princess Leia. They did Coach did some leather ears that were $65 and sold out.
Was it Heidi Klum that did the super expensive ones?
And it's not too late. You can still buy a pair of those for Jillian if you want. $600. They're covered in Swarovski crystals. So, hey, not too late to get those for Jillian.
Yeah, I'll have to take a rain check on that.
You know what my thinking is on that? You know how much I love jewelry and how much I love ears, but that's a couple of park days.
Yeah, I was going to say that's getting close to half of an annual pass. So
now you're thinking, yeah, no, absolutely, half an annual pass. That's there you go.
Get a whole lot of Disney for that.
I raised you right, son. Oh man. So we've got. Oh, I did want to mention. Dole Whip Dad, shout out to Dole Whip Dad on his channel the other night. Let's see, I think I won a pen in a drawing, and then he sent me an extra pen for like joining his mail list. And this is the coolest thing. He sent me the pens in this in the little pineapple deal with a neat note and. These pins out, and I got
nice. That's a good one. That's the is that the candy apple collection? Yeah,
that's the candy apple collection.
We've got several of those. We may be close to nearing, or we may be close to completion on that set.
Obviously, Olaf, and I appreciated that. And then, and I'm not sure what this one is. I need to look this one up. You may know what it is, William.
Just looks like a surfboard.
That's what it looks like to me. And so there's got to be a set, right?
Yeah, probably so.
There has to be a set.
Hidden Mickey surfboard set.
Shout out to Jeff Bates. He's Dole Whip Dad. I'll drop the link to his channel in the chat. Great guy, has a great channel. He's like us. He does not live close to either park. He grew up in California, went to Disneyland all his life as a child. Moved to Texas, so now he's like us. He's not close to either park. So he does, but he still does. He still does a lot of Disney content, and his family. His family are DVC members, and so they go to Disney as often as they can. And he really has some good content. Yeah. So we're. And I guess everybody knows by now that Frozen 2 was released on Disney Plus a couple of weeks ago, and it was released early, which is really cool. That was great of Disney to do that for fans. They're all about customer service, and they know we're all kind of we're sequestered indoors, and so for quarantine, so they released Frozen 2 on Disney Plus. Amazingly enough, I have not watched it yet. I don't know why. I've been watching. Well, I haven't. I've been watching the Clone Wars. I've been catching up.
How far along are you in that?
I just started season 2, and I totally love it. I'm really in love with that one.
It's a blast.
That you turned me on to that. I'm watching the Clone Wars. So
I found your Hidden Mickey. It's a 2010 Hidden Mickey Caribbean Beach Resort surfboard surfing pin.
Okay.
Get that lined up.
There it is. There it is. Okay, cool.
I'm trying to get.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Caribbean Beach. So, cool.
Neat. Very cool.
So now I could pursue the rest of the set.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that must be what that was. It had to be a surfboard. Nothing else really is like that. So, but yeah, I like it. And we actually traded. We made a pin trade, and so I've got to send him a pin. I haven't forgotten it, Jeff. I'll get it to you. And thanks for these. I love them. Let's see. Let me see if I can drop a link to his channel in our stream.
Yeah, just picking up. Yeah, we've watched Frozen 2. We laugh every time at the Lost in the Woods song segment with the just the whole thing is hilarious, and it's just
so y'all have watched it. So y'all have watched it. See, I have not watched it yet.
We've got it on DVD as well through the Disney Movie Club.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not buy that one on my DVD purchases have really fallen off because of Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I love the movie club. There will probably still be some that I'll buy on DVD just because I want to have them and own them and have them in my hand. But I'm sure that Disney Plus has really cut into their DVD sales on Disney Movie Club. So.
It's that big trade-off, to kind of make a correlation. The WWE World Wrestling Entertainment company, used to sell pay-per-views, like some of the more expensive pay-per-views for their bigger shows would be like $65. Wow. And then they 100% changed their model. So they were really ahead of the curve on this thing. 100% changed their model, moved to $9.99 a month. And they've got tons and tons of subscribers.
Yeah. And, they're making more money on that.
And you think about it too, most of the time whenever, you get together to watch a pay-per-view before they moved to that model and had the network, you'd get multiple people together. Hey, let's all split this $20 each and watch it. And so now you're getting, you look at it, basically 12 times 10, that's $120 a year per person. Exactly. Yeah. And so, at first you're kind of unsure on how it's going to go. But yeah, I mean, I think in the long run, a lot of people just kind of set it and forget it. So many people have subscriptions. They're monthly charges that they don't even think about just because it always hits their account. Exactly. Yeah. Well, Disney, and Disney Plus is one of those, I went ahead and subscribed I got the 2-year, while it was, when they first before it came out. I bought it before it came out for a little bit of a discount. I have a Chase Disney Visa, a Disney Rewards Visa, and there was a special offer on that. And so I bought 2 years. You got 3 years though. You had a special 2. Yeah. I think it was averaged out to $4.72 a month. And I said, man, I've got the money right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and pay it up front, and I'll be golden for 36 months.
There you go. There you go. Golly, just take all my money, Disney. Just take it all. I was like, I meant to text you. I know you're working from home, and I know that I distract you sometimes when I text you during the day. But the Disney store had free shipping yesterday.
Ooh, man.
And the free shipping plus my Disney Visa was a pretty substantial savings.
Nice.
So,
are we going to get an unboxing video potentially in the future?
Sure.
All right. Look forward to
that. Oh gosh. So I got some good stuff. I'm hearing a little bit of an echo for some reason.
Guess to kind of get us back on track a little bit, other movie releases, we've got Onward with Chris Pratt and Tom Holland that's been released early on digital. It's coming to Disney Plus on April 3rd. I think this is honestly kind of a groundbreaking move for Disney to...
They did that. Okay. They did that with one other movie, and I can't remember what it was, but I know they did. I'm trying to think what it was. Well, what I'm thinking of is not this one. That they've released them early before, like they are doing with Onward, but there are rumors that they are toying with the idea of releasing Mulan and Black Widow early on digital, dropping them on digital because nobody can go to the theater.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure Disney's crunching the numbers on that, to say, okay, if we don't release it in theaters, it's going to hurt Black Widow. It's going to hurt Black Widow, I think. But, Disney's all about customer service. And so this would be awesome of them if they drop those two movies. That would be, it looks like folks were going to be in quarantine for a month. So that would be so great if we could all, watch Mulan and Black Widow, really. So maybe we'll probably be hearing, I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that. So we've got the movie releases. As again, Disney is, and I'd have to look to be sure. You can look that up if you want to, but they are toying with the idea of releasing not only Mulan but also Black Widow, which is coming up pretty quick. Supposed to be released in theaters, and I guess they would do it like they are doing with Onward, and they would put it on digital, and then a couple of weeks later, a week later, maybe they put it on Disney Plus. So it'd be great. It really would be great if they did it.
I think it'd be a good litmus test to kind of gauge. I personally I love going to the movie theater. I've always loved going to the movie theater. I love eating popcorn and get a good drink and just sitting there and just taking it in. With watching a movie with loved ones at the movie theater, I've got so many fond memories of that. Shout out to Morris Twin Cinema in Dangerfield, Texas.
There you go.
Many movies there, lots of great memories.
Used to be that theater used to be 99 cents. And then they raised their prices to $1.50.
Wow.
And the thing about it is, you'd think, okay, they're going to get you on snacks, right? No, their snacks were more than reasonable. The popcorn was always fresh and hot. It's a phenomenal little theater. Morris Twin Cinema in Dangerfield, Texas. It's worth your time. It's worth your time. So.
Absolutely. It's good. I've seen multiple people that they've been selling concessions since, people have been indoors. So they've been selling concessions.
Really?
And people have
popcorn?
Yes. And people have been doing it.
would so
People
do
have
that.
been going to buy their popcorn and drive home and watch Disney Plus, watch Hulu or Netflix.
I love it. Who told you that? Where did you find
I
that?
saw it on Facebook.
That is too cool. Oh, do I follow them on Facebook? I probably need to go to their page so that they, are get back into my algorithm and start showing up. Their stuff starts showing up. That is the coolest thing. It makes me wonder if our Cinemark theater is doing that here.
Yeah.
They may be, but I would so totally do that. Drive over and buy movie popcorn and come back and watch movies. That is so cool. It's really good. It's good. Their popcorn is always fresh and hot. And, it was great. I mean, really, for $1.50, it's worth it. Almost for us to drive, as far as we are away and go to a movie at $1.50. Excuse me, as they raised their prices from 99 cents. But really, really neat. I don't know if you remember this, William, or when it was. We'd have to look up the year of the movie release, but Rodney Dangerfield released a movie, and you probably were still little at the time. We just have to look up the year. But he actually held the premiere in Dangerfield, Texas, at the Morris Twin Cinema. Wow. And he had the party and everything at a law firm that's there. And then there was a parade. Dangerfield gave him a parade. It's really cool. And because Dangerfield is actually spelled the same way Rodney Dangerfield spells his name, Dangerfield. So it said, all the, Dangerfield's not a very large town. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. They had a parade for him. The local jewelry store, did a commemorative, the jeweler there made a commemorative piece, and they gave him some stuff. And then they held the movie premiere in Dangerfield, Texas. It was so cool. So changes in construction at Walt Disney World right now, and Disneyland. There's some at Disneyland too.
Yeah. So do you have the picture ready, Mom?
Epcot. Epcot. Epcot is fondly known to all of us Dis nerds as Walcott right now, because it is totally Walcott. They are completely redoing Future World. Future World is going to be completely transformed. Club Cool is closed. Starbucks is closed. Mouse Ears is closed. All of those shops. They even dismantled the Fountain of Nations, which broke my heart, but they did. Yeah. They took away the Fountain of Nations, which I totally love, because the music, well, the water was gorgeous, but the music at Fountain of Nations, I don't know if you ever really stopped to listen to it, was like all Epcot music, and it was original scores that were written just for the Fountain of Nations. Wow. And it was fantastic. It really was. So, yeah. So, and I do not know exactly how to put this on the screen, so I may, but they have some concept art. They are totally written. Now, World Showcase is going to be pretty much the same, except for the new rides that are coming. But Future World is, well, I'll just read the little blurb that they have. Epcot will be unified with 4 neighborhoods that each speak to important aspects of the world and its people. World Showcase, World Celebration, World Nature, and World Discovery. So World Showcase is going to stay the same. That's where all your countries are. And then Future World will be divided into World Celebration, World Nature, and World Discovery. Let's see if I can get that up there. Well enough for you to see.
Up a little bit higher.
Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So there's what it's going to look like. You've got you can see the World Showcases in orange, World Discovery in red, World Celebration in blue, and World Nature in yellow. So that's what it's going to look like. And you can see the little spaceship Earth icon there for where it is. But yeah, it's, I'm sure it's going to be great. Illuminations was replaced temporarily by, what is the name of the show that they have going right now? I should know this. It's a temporary.
Is it Epcot Forever?
Epcot Forever. Yes, Epcot Forever. And it's really a cool show. I don't know how many of you have seen that, but
I need to watch it. I need to find a stream of that.
It really is. Go to Josh and Jenna, go to Resort TV One, and they streamed the very first night is a really good stream. But I'm sure that he probably has, Josh probably has just a video of Epcot Forever. All new music. It's a brand new show, and it's a temporary show that they're saying is going to be a segue into the permanent show. And that I think that was supposed to happen pretty quick here. That permanent show was supposed to go into, was supposed to happen pretty quick. And I guess that will probably be delayed like everything else. But Epcot Forever, now, it can't touch Illuminations. Illuminations was an epic production, and the globe that they used was cutting edge technology. There was nothing else like it on the planet, literally, and they cut it apart. Yeah, they did. They cut it apart. They may have have kept some pieces of it or whatever. And I get that if it's going to be Future World, it needs, probably needs an update. I get that. Walt never stood still. I totally get that. But it really broke my heart to watch that last Illuminations, because that was such a spectacular show. Man.
Yeah, it was Dad's favorite nighttime show.
It was. Well, Epcot is his favorite part.
His favorite part. Yeah,
it's completely his favorite part. So yeah, we really miss it. But yeah, you should absolutely go see Epcot Forever. It's a good show. I won't give away this really, really cool part of the show that is people's favorite thing, and you're going to know what it is when you see it. But it's pretty innovative, and I'm really anxious to see what they have as the permanent replacement for Illuminations. So that's going to be big. And like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I think that was supposed to happen pretty quick. They were not going to wait until 2021, which is the 50th anniversary, to start that. It was coming pretty quick. So we need to look that up and see when it was supposed to come. And then, we'll just have to wait and see. There are so many things that are going to be pushed back because of the COVID-19. So, but yeah, over in World Showcase, there's several things coming, especially in the France Pavilion. The France Pavilion is the one that's getting the most changes, and I'm really excited about it. They're doing Bistro Chez Remy, which is going to be I think Bistro Chez Remy and the ride.
Yeah, the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure Ride.
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure are already at what, Disneyland Paris, I guess.
I believe so. I've actually watched that one on YouTube, and it looks like a lot of fun. Looks like you shrink down to mouse size, and the cars are little mice, and I think it's that trackless technology that they've started putting in a lot of different rides. So,
well, and you're also mouse size at the restaurant too. And I've heard that the restaurant actually does have good food. So nice. That's kind of cool. Mr. Cheesy Pop.
That's exciting.
It is. Mr. Cheesy Pop did Disneyland Paris last year, I think it was, and went to eat it at the restaurant. And so, yeah, so that's going to be neat. And what's next?
Mary Poppins in the UK Pavilion. Don't think there's a name for this one yet, but it's opening summer 2020. Is that right?
That's the best. Well, everything.
Assuming everything, yeah.
But that was the best date that I found.
Wow.
It was the most updated. So that on a lot of this, you think, okay, they've got Epcot so torn up right now, and so there's no way that all this is going to be open for the 50th anniversary. I guess they're not trying to do that. They're just saying, okay, it's time to do it, so we're going to do it. Yeah. And whatever we have open for the 50th anniversary, is going to be great. But so but gosh, a Mary Poppins ride. Now that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
That's exciting. That's one of the things that I love about Disneyland is the Mary Poppins is very obviously present in that park. There are, Jolly Holiday, you got Jolly Holiday. They have just a lot of references to Mary Poppins. She's there a lot. And their parade, the daytime parade, really, really cool. She rides on her carousel horse. I love that because I just love Mary Poppins. That classic Disney.
Absolutely. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind roller coaster, which sounds really cool.
Yes, I've got my Guardians ears. I'll have to wear those in a future stream because those are just
for sure. Yeah, they're too good. You have to break them out.
I will especially when that gets closer. And I didn't find a date on the opening of that one. We can probably research it and find out if they've even, sometimes, like with Mary Poppins, they haven't given a date yet. So they may not have a date for Guardians. But yeah, that's coming to Epcot, surprisingly. I would have thought that fit better at Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Of course, Hollywood Studios has been getting a lot of love with Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge. So
that's true. Yeah,
trying to spread the wealth a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wherever they want to put it, I'll go wherever they put it. So let's see. And next is Living Water, the Moana attraction. Now, this one sounds really interesting. It's called Living Water. And it says, the article that I read said, guests, quote, interact with living water in a nature setting, end quote. So that one, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. That could be an Imagineering, masterpiece. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to that one. And I love Moana.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah,
a lot of people didn't like Moana. Some people didn't like Moana, but I did. I watched, YouTube videos and things that Disney put out on Moana. They really did their homework. Now, Disney Imagineering always does their homework, but they really did their homework on Moana. And so much of what you see in that movie is 100% tradition, 100% Polynesian tradition. So I appreciated that. Even Tamatoa is legend in the area in the Polynesian islands, which is really, really cool. So I enjoyed it.
We've got the Space 220 restaurant. That's actually in Epcot, isn't it?
It is. It's going in Epcot. That one, golly, that one looks really cool too. It's the first one.
As much as we love space, it just looks really neat.
It's gonna be table service, obviously, and hopefully, they are really Disney World continues to step up their game at a lot of these table service restaurants. And so hopefully this one will be good food as well as obviously good entertainment. Guests will dine in a 350-seat spaceship-themed dining room. Simulations on the digital screens will give each guest the sense that they are actually traveling to the International Space Station.
That's too cool.
This is so up my alley. This is so in my wheelhouse. I just love this idea. So yeah, looking forward to that one.
We've got the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue at Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that one looks good too. Toy Story Land needs another eating place. They have Woody's Lunchbox, which is really good, by the way. Love Woody's Lunchbox. Check out my video on my first look at Toy Story Land.
Solid plug.
A solid plug, and I give some tips and tricks in that for riding Slinky Dog Dash, even if you don't have a fast pass for it. And fast passes are hot commodities for Slinky Dog because it's one of the most popular. It's a tier 1 attraction in Hollywood Studios. So check out that video. But yeah, a Roundup Rodeo Barbecue should be really neat, and that it'll be covered up in there. Toy Story Land is so popular though; it's always covered up, so it'll be nice to have an eating option in there. So.
And we've got the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser Resort. It's opening in 2021.
Oh man,
it's gonna be so cool.
Oh man.
I can't wait to get more information on it. From the sound of it, it just sounds amazing. It sounds like more of kind of your cruise experience versus your, traditional stay at a resort, basically to go to the parks. It's going to be an experience in and of itself.
Yeah. Totally immersive, completely immersive. It is, it's going to be an experience rather than, you usually stay at a Disney resort. You will actually be in your own Disney story. The rooms are made to look like cabins on a galactic cruiser, and you will have your own transportation straight into Galaxy's Edge. So it's
be able to go port at Batuu as if you're doing an island excursion.
Exactly. Now I know this one, I don't know how long it's going to take us to do this, but we are going to do it. Yeah. We are going to do this at some point. It'll
probably be done for the first 5 years.
Yeah. So it's going to take a while, but we'll get there because this just sounds too good.
And of course, the Tron roller coaster. It sounds like they've made good progress on that at the Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland. They're close to Space Mountain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's looking great. Let's see now. When I don't have a date for the opening of this one. But they're pretty close on Tron. They are. Mm-hmm. I notice, as all the vloggers ride TTA, you can get a great view. And so, as they've built that and the amount of dirt disappeared, that's huge. Get a look at the backside of dirt while they were the mound actually disappeared, and it's looking good. It's really looking good. So that one is going to be awesome.
I'm thrilled.
I'm so excited. They have the ride vehicles there in Tomorrowland. The light cycles. Oh man, this is going to be so cool.
Yeah, I hope they have some really cool Tron themed merchandise to go along with it because I'm a big fan. I mean, I think they've got a lot of opportunities. Whether it's the discs, to sell. Or I think there's a lot of nighttime light up options that would be for merchandise that would be really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, and we may just have to try to make it for the opening of that. we set that as a goal. When they set the opening date for that, we'll definitely try to make that open. So really excited about that one.
And moving along, just kind of transition here. Newer attractions at Walt Disney World. Of course, most recently, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and the Mickey Cartoon Shorts Theater.
Yeah.
Opened on March 4th, before all the craziness set in. I was able to get started. So
they did, and people just loved it. All the vloggers were there. I've seen. I went ahead and watched the ride throughs of that on YouTube, and it really looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're thrown right into an episode of the newer Mickey shorts.
It does. It does. And they had some really great merch. Just so cool. So yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that one. Glad they got it open before all this craziness.
And Rise of the Resistance opened at Walt Disney World Hollywood Studios on December 5th of last year, 2019, and Disneyland on January 17th.
It did. It did.
Can't wait to ride it. I'm so pumped.
Well, this one is just special. Apparently, this ride looks like it's better than any ride out there on the planet right now. It's just epic. It takes like 20 minutes. I mean, it's like a 20-minute experience. It's not a ride. That's what a lot of people have said about it. This is not a ride. It's an experience.
Yeah.
And it just looks like it's off the charts as far as Imagineering. It uses the new trackless technology. The queue is ridiculous. They have pre-shows. It looks great. I'm really excited about riding this one too. You still have to get a boarding group. I think the boarding groups are probably going to be with us for a little while till those. And the thing about it is, are the crowds ever going to level off for this?
It's hard to say.
Are they ever going to level off for this one?
Yeah.
I don't know how long they'll have to do boarding groups. And I know that people have had some horror stories about the boarding groups, and the way they do the boarding groups. You have to be in the park. You have to get in the park when it opens, and then there's a point at which I think it's 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock Disney time, maybe 7. I'm not sure. You have to go on. You have to be in the app, have the app up, and hit join a boarding group. And cross your fingers, because there are, hundreds of other people who are trying to get the same thing. And I have heard a couple people say you're ahead of the game if you move away from the crowd at the front of the park and in closer to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've heard to move towards Toy Story Land because apparently there's a cell tower that's closer out that way.
Yeah. And there's an entrance from Toy Story Land into Batuu. There are 2 entrances, and one of them is in Toy Story Land. So, but that's something that I heard. Don't stand at the, after you walk in. Go ahead, get in there early enough to get all the way back into Toy Story Land to bounce off that. And they say actually it's best if you just use if your phone has a good connection, don't even use Disney's Wi-Fi because there's so many people on there. But people, most vloggers that I know of, I think the lowest boarding group number that I have seen was like 8.
Yeah.
And
I think 10 is the lowest one I've seen.
Yeah. Zippity Doodad managed to get 8 when he was in there. But I also saw Mr. Cheesy Pop over in Disneyland, he got like 139 or something, and he didn't get it. He didn't get on it. Yeah. Now he lives in California, so he just went home.
Yeah.
After he got his board, and then he went back in the afternoon, did some vlogging, and then finally he got a notice on his phone that boarding group was not going to be served. So, it really is, and I don't really know what Disney could do to improve that process. Like Mr. Cheesy Pop lives there, and so he's an annual pass holder. He can go in and out, like with some of the other bloggers that live near Walt Disney World. But some people, this may be an annual trip. It may be once every 5 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they could do to make that better. You've just got too many people that want to ride this awesome ride. So, So, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm going to be right up in there with them. Trying to get a boarding group. And Skyliner opened this past September too. Skyliner opened a week after I was there. It opened the week after I was there. And so, but I'm really excited to ride it too.
Speaking of the Skyliner.
Okay. There you go.
There we go. Sorry, got a
oh gosh.
there.
You're welcome.
Great pop. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Except you're welcome. Yeah, that one almost stayed with me. And I was feeling generous because it was Christmas. So
well, thank you. Your generosity is appreciated.
Well, I want you to understand the sacrifice. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. A bunch of different characters on the outside wrapping, if you will, of the Skyliner. Carts. So.
Yeah. Added so much. Everybody that has ridden it say, it moves pretty fast, even when they when they release people from, you get out of Epcot or Hollywood Studios really late, and it takes like 15 minutes, maybe to get on the Skyliner, even with all those hordes of people trying to get on there. So
that's impressive
because it constantly moves. So really looking forward to that. Maybe we could stay at Art of Animation and utilize the Skyliners. Really kind of what I'd like to do.
Moving along, we've got Regal Eagle Barbecue at the American Pavilion in Epcot. Love Sam the Eagle.
Totally love Sam.
I'll definitely have to check this one out on a future trip for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's getting good reviews. And I love that we now have a barbecue restaurant at the American Experience. That's great. I love that. The theming looks really good. Again, Sam the Eagle is the he's kind of in charge, I guess. And
I'll have to check out a video on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It looks
in the meantime.
Good. Oh yeah, definitely. It looks really neat. And the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World is coming up in 2021, next year. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that'll look like with all the, with all this COVID-19 madness. I don't know really what that's going to look like. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But they'll work some Disney magic. They'll make it magical.
Yeah.
What are some things, they'll do some special stuff for this. What are some things that you would like to see?
Personally, because I was a benefactor of it, but the throwback to, I believe it's 2008, the Year of a Million Dreams.
Yes. Yeah.
What was amazing, like I said, I was a direct, benefactor of the Year of a Million Dreams because we were on a trip with my high school band, and we got we were in the queue to ride Dinosaur, and me and my friends, somebody just dropped in after we watched the intro video before you ride the ride. and said, "Hey, it's year we're celebrating a year of a million dreams. Here, here's this little keychain, this little lanyard with these little tabs that pop off of it that had fast passes for every single ride at Animal Kingdom."
Gosh,
And we could not have been more thrilled to have just fallen into that situation.
Man.
Because there were people in the group that had reservations about riding dinosaur. You know, they had read the description and everything, and it's a bit rougher. You can be gets the heart pumping.
Kind of intense.
Yeah,
it is. It really is.
And so anyway, man, just right time, right place, and we were so excited.
Yeah,
I'll have to do a video or something to talk about that. More in depth and show videos of it as well.
Yeah,
so
you definitely should.
But that's what that's what I'd like to see. Just little moments like that where guests are surprised with an awesome opportunity like free fast passes.
Yeah. It was like a lanyard, and it had a card, and there were pull tabs on the sides for each of the fast passes for the ride. Yeah.
It was awesome until you just pull off the tab and hand it to them, and boom, fast pass whenever you wanted it.
And Adam got free fast passes too from one of the cast members. He was wearing that gigantic Mad Hatter Mickey hat that looks like a top hat. There are pictures of it on Instagram if y'all want to go look at that. It's the greatest hat ever. And we got on carousel, got on TTA, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover, and the cast member that was there just loved Adam's hat. So he asked him if he could wear it while Adam rode the ride. And so, Adam was young at the time. He was, what was he? 8 or 9, maybe. And so the cast member wore his hat. And then when he got off, the cast member handed him fast passes for Space Mountain. So
awesome.
So cool. That was, I'm sure the cast members had a great time that year. Wasn't that the year where they started saying "Have a magical day"?
I think so.
Maybe,
it may have been
2007.
I don't know. I had to do some homework on that. Yeah,
may have done it before that, but that year of a million dreams was wonderful. The things that they did, that was just tons of fun. It really was. I hope. Hey, bring back Spectral Magic or the Electric Light Parade, a nighttime parade.
Yes,
they need it.
Yes, they do. I agree completely.
Yeah. Well, they brought the Main Street Electrical Parade back to Disneyland a few months ago, and they only brought it back for like a month. Mm-hmm. And I was really, really hoping that they were going to announce, oh, well, hey, now it's going to Disney World.
Yeah.
And it didn't. So, but I watched vlogs on that, and just the music from that. Mm-hmm. It's just I was immediately 9 years old again.
Yeah.
Just hearing the music from that. It's so, and everybody says that. Everybody who saw that, it's so nostalgic. But Spectral Magic is the same way, probably for you, right?
It is. Yeah, absolutely. Just hearing the music just completely transports you back in time. It's incredible.
Yeah, those nighttime parades. And at one time, they actually had 2 showings of Spectral Magic. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You go to the early one or the late one.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually went to one or the other. And then rode. We usually went to, one or the other. We usually went to the early one, I think.
Yeah.
And then rode during the second one. But they had 2 showings of Spectral Magic, and it went to Shanghai or Hong Kong Disney, I think, when it left. When it left Orlando, it went to Hong Kong or Shanghai. And I don't know if it's still there or what. That would be something else, but definitely bring back a nighttime show. Definitely.
Wonder what the merch will look like for 50th anniversary.
Oh, well, they always do some great merch.
Yeah, they always get me hook, line, and sinker on something.
Well, they do because because that merch is not coming back, and I have some things. Speaking of merch, okay,
Show and tell.
Show and tell. I have. I thought this would be fun since we've got the 50th coming up, and we're talking about the merchandise. The Disneyland Diamond Jubilee, and this is absolutely wonderful. You got me this mug because I don't have enough. Right, I don't have. But this is awesome.
Yeah,
this is really.
It is a good looking mug.
It is a good looking mug. Let me see if I can get it lined up right here.
Yeah.
There it is. But it has, those are little crystals. The diamonds are little crystals that are set in there. Disneyland Diamond Jubilee.
Yeah.
And then let me see if I can turn it around the back. It even has them on the back. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is a beautiful mug, and I totally love it. Thank you for this.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, but it's one of my very favorites. I don't use it very often. It's mostly for display, but I just wouldn't take anything because it is Diamond Jubilee, and that doesn't come around again. The other, let's see, and we were talking about. Let's see, here's another one, and this ear hat. You also brought me this. This is also Diamond Jubilee. Diamond Jubilee ear hat. That was for Disneyland's 60th. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if I can. There we go. Yeah, there's that neat Diamond Celebration 60 since 1955. So yeah. So that's a really a neat one that you brought me. I love that one. And then the other one, and this one actually. Disney World did not make that big a deal of their 45th anniversary, but they did have merch here, yonder, and about. And so this ear hat, they did this ear hat.
Yeah, I've got that one too.
Yeah, for the 45th anniversary. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
So it's just and it's got, you can see, what it has on there.
Different stamps for the attractions that were there whenever it opened.
Yeah, it's really, it's like a, it's got like Haunted Mansion. It's got it's got a 45th anniversary logo, and then it's got all of the attractions that were there when it first opened. So yeah, so that one's really special too. It's a really special ear hat. And then I've got, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but and William, I think you got me this too for Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's the 45th. Let's see if I can get that to focus. I don't know if you can see that or not. But that one is really, that's the castle, and it has 45th.
Yeah.
There. It's not wanting to focus real well, but that's a really neat one that and I also have the bead. The Diamond Jubilee bead, and the bead. The blue one is the
other way.
There you go. There we go. That's the Diamond Jubilee bead.
Yeah,
and it has little Mickeys, and each of those little Mickeys has crystals in it, and it has the Diamond Jubilee logo. So, and I love those. I love those special little things that you can get, that are not coming back.
Yeah.
I got some special merch. We'll have to do a show and tell one night.
For sure.
I got
we got plenty to show.
Right, we do. I got some special merch, obviously, from the opening of Batu East and Batu West. And so I've got a lot of cool stuff for that. And then I ordered Wyatt the little goofy, the Mickey's Runaway Railway train whistle.
Yeah.
that they have released for the opening of Mickey's Runaway Railway, because I thought it was just too cute. It's a little train whistle, and it has on top of it, it has the train, Mickey's Runaway Railway, and it's just. But I thought it'd be so cute, and I'm sure it sounds like a train whistle.
Yeah,
so,
I bet it does.
Yeah. So I'll get that to him as soon as I can. I just thought that was too cute to pass up, and we needed something, to commemorate that opening as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah. I like it. I love trains. I do. Most people love trains. I've always said.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I've always, lived around them. So.
Yeah. Well, I love trains. We had a train that came through my hometown, our hometown in Tennessee. We lived on a mountain in Tennessee. So for the coal train to even be able to climb our mountain was really pretty amazing, especially loaded down with coal. And it came right through the middle of town. And the engineer at that time, I guess, they didn't think about how hazardous it was, but they engineer threw out bubble gum to kids. And
neat.
So if I was at the cafe with my dad, and I heard the train coming, I would run out and I can hear it. I could see it. It's really nostalgic. So,
that's neat.
And so that was really a neat. And I guess that's, and we had the Chattanooga Choo Choo. I'm originally from Tennessee, and the Chattanooga Choo Choo is there in Chattanooga, and a little plug for the Chattanooga Choo Choo. Go have lunch at the Chattanooga Choo Choo. It's a really neat experience. White linen tablecloths, really just a fun thing to do. We do that as often as we can when we go home. But yeah, so that's kind of where my fascination with trains, I guess, came from.
Neat.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll have all kinds of food for this thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have,
They always do such a great job with it.
They do. And I'm sure they've got so much planned. I mean, it's a 50th celebration. I mean, I'm expecting a pretty good blowout.
Yeah.
I mean, even with all of this craziness that's going on right now, I think by the time we make it to 2021, you got something going on there. You have visitors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they'll do a good job with it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it. And we have to go. I mean, obviously, we have to go in 2021. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're almost an hour and 15 minutes in. So I guess we better move towards wrapping this thing up. Everybody, just stay safe. Wash your hands. Check on family members who are older and might need some help. If you also neighbors too. If you can run out, and make a trip for somebody in need, definitely. Be conscious of that, be considerate of others, and also stay connected on social media. Spread some positivity and not negativity. There's plenty of that out there on social media. So definitely look to spread some positivity. Do some things, especially during this time, whenever we're trying to stay inside and flatten the curve. Do some things that make you smile. Do some things that make you happy.
There you go.
In your day, just to kind of brighten it up, and remember to go get some sun. Step outside for a little bit. It's a great time for that. Also, have courage and be kind. We're looking at hopefully going live more frequently, hopefully on at least a weekly basis, and maybe more as this coronavirus situation continues.
Yeah, hopefully we can do some pop-up streams. Not just the weekly, but some pop-ups.
Yeah. And so we can all use the contact, stay in touch with each other. And there's so many great people in the Disney community. So we appreciate their support for your channel, and those that have watched the stream and those that will watch it later on. Be sure to comment and interact with us. We're glad to hear from you.
Send us some mail. Check out we've got a PO box address in the description below. So send us some mail, leave us a comment. We love to hear from you, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you're watching on the recording, what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
If you're watching not live, we appreciate you. We appreciate you taking a look. Always.
Yeah, absolutely. Subscribe, ring the bell for notifications when we go live, and leave a comment below. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and is that all of our platforms?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And so make sure give us a follow on each of those. Interact with us some. Do daily posts, and so feel free to jump in on those and talk with us, and just share our love for Disney and passion for Disney, and so look, we always hope that comes through in our videos, and also hope to make you smile and entertain you as well. Let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts on the things we talked about tonight? If you watch this after the video post and you have some questions or ideas for things you'd like to see us talk about in future videos, just let us know in the comments, and we'll be glad to talk about it.
Please do. Definitely. Please do, because we can talk about Disney. We talk about Disney all the time, whether we're live or not.
Absolutely.
We talk about Disney a lot. So definitely leave us a comment, connect with us. We love Disney, and that's the reason for this channel. We wanted to connect with other people who love Disney and just talk and about the things that are going on, and just get together, connect with people who have common interest. Again, have courage and be kind, as Cinderella says, and that's good advice anytime, but it's especially good advice right now.
I'd like to reemphasize too, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day.
Absolutely. That's a good one. That's a good one to remember. That's a good one to remember right now. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everyone. And
hurry back.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for being here.